Have you ever wondered why some people are so gullible, while many believe it's just a matter of being naive or overly trusting? The truth is far more complex. In fact, there's a certain psychological profile of individuals who are most susceptible to manipulation tactics, and it might surprise you. In this video, we'll be diving deep into this fascinating topic, exploring the traits that make some people easy to manipulate, and how you can protect yourself from falling victim to it. But before we begin, we want to share a story with you. He felt he deserved it because he had been working hard and performing well in his role. However, his boss wasn't convinced. People with low self-esteem often have a negative self-image, and may doubt their own abilities and worth. These are the people who always see the good in others, and assume that everyone is honest and sincere. They may find it difficult to believe that someone would intentionally try to hurt them, and may be more likely to excuse manipulative behavior as simply a misunderstanding. For example, someone who is overly trusting may continue to lend money to a friend who has a history of borrowing money and never paying it back, because they believe that their friend would never lie to them, or intentionally try to deceive them. This can make them more susceptible to manipulation, as they may be more inclined to believe negative things about themselves and be less likely to stand up for themselves. Knowing what to look out for is the first step in protecting yourself. When you believe in yourself, you're less likely to let others take advantage of you. Educate yourself about common manipulation tactics such as gaslighting, the door-in-the-face technique, and the like. By understanding how manipulators operate, you can better spot their tactics and avoid falling prey to them. If you're being manipulated by someone close to you, such as a friend or family member, don't be afraid to seek support from others. Being aware of the common traits that make some people more vulnerable to it can help you take steps to protect yourself. No, it's never okay to manipulate anyone, regardless of their personality type or vulnerabilities. Manipulation is a form of emotional abuse, and can have serious negative consequences for the victim. It can damage their mental health, cause them to develop unhealthy coping mechanisms, and even lead to physical illness. By taking action to build up your self-esteem, learn to say no and assert yourself. You can reduce your risk of falling victim to manipulation tactics. For example, if a friend is always letting others take advantage of them, it may be necessary to be direct and tell them that their behavior is not acceptable. In this case, the goal should be to help the friend see the error of their ways, not to manipulate them for personal gain. This requires a delicate balance of firmness and compassion. And it's important to approach the conversation with empathy and understanding. The ultimate goal should be to help the vulnerable person become more safe and take steps to protect themselves from future manipulation. Remember that you deserve to be treated with respect and dignity, and it's up to you to stand up for yourself and make sure that happens. Also, check out our other videos which have been carefully selected for you. Talk to someone you trust about what you're going through and get their perspective on the situation. They may be able to help you see things more clearly and make it easier to distance yourself from the manipulator. For example, someone with low self or may not speak up when they disagree with something because they believe their opinion doesn't matter. "I don't think you're ready for a raise yet," she told him. When you say no, you set boundaries and communicate that you won't be taken advantage of. The first type is those who prioritize popularity over everything else. Let them know that you're aware of their tactics and that you won't tolerate being treated that way. Assertiveness is the ability to clearly and confidently express your needs and opinions, while also respecting the rights of others. However, these traits do make it more likely that someone will fall victim to manipulation tactics. People who lack assertiveness may struggle to stand up for themselves and may be more likely to agree to things they're not comfortable with or to let others take advantage of them. For example, someone who is not assertive enough may not speak up when they're being treated unfairly, or may not say no when they're being asked to do something they do not want to do. This lack of assertiveness can make it easy for manipulators to take advantage of these individuals. They want to be liked by everyone and will do almost anything to avoid confrontation. For example, someone who falls into this category might agree to participate in activities they're not comfortable with just to fit in, or they may go out of their way to keep everyone happy, even if it means sacrificing their own needs and wants. This desire to be liked and accepted can make them vulnerable to manipulation, as they're more likely to say yes to requests without considering the potential consequences. Disappointed but determined, Alex continued to work hard and waited another 6 months before asking for a raise again. He was denied. Frustrated, he decided to take matters into his own hands. He started looking for another job and eventually found one with a higher salary. When he informed his boss of his decision to leave, she was surprised. "Why are you leaving?" she asked. I thought you were happy here. Alex replied, I am happy, but I have to do what's best for me. His boss understood, but she still felt she had lost a valuable employee. So she offered him a compromise. She couldn't give him a raise, but she could offer him a bonus. Alex agreed, and soon he was receiving the extra money in his paycheck. A few years ago, a young man named Alex approached his boss and asked for a raise. It's called the door-in-the-face technique, and it's a common tactic used by manipulators to get what they want. By starting with an unreasonable request and then lowering their expectations, they can easily trick their victims into agreeing to something they wouldn't normally. This story illustrates a powerful psychological principle that can influence anyone, regardless of their background or personality type. So who exactly is most vulnerable to such tactics? Well, according to experts, it all boils down to 4 specific types of people. The second type of person who is easy to manipulate is those who have low self. The third type of person who is vulnerable to manipulation is those who are overly trusting. Finally, the fourth type of person who is easy to manipulate is those who are not assertive enough. It's important to note that not everyone who possesses these traits is guaranteed to be manipulated. Now, you might be wondering, how can I protect myself from becoming a victim of manipulation? Here are a few tips. 1. Be aware of the different types of manipulation tactics that are commonly used. 2. Build up having a positive self-image and believing in your own worth can help you assert yourself and stand up for your own needs and wants. 3. Learn to say no. It can be challenging, especially if you're a people pleaser, but learning to say no is essential in protecting yourself from manipulation. 4. Don't be afraid to confront people. If someone is manipulating you, don't be afraid to call them out on it. 5. Seek support from others. Manipulation is a common experience that can happen to anyone. But what about those who possess these vulnerable traits? Is it ever okay to manipulate them? However, there are times where it may be necessary to be firm or assertive with someone who possesses these vulnerable traits. If you enjoyed this video, please like and share it with your friends.